Grand Prix. We're back for the third race of the Formula One season in 2025. It, it's a fucking awesome race, and it really goes to a point that we talked about prior that this is the first race of the season where this is a true racing driver's track, and I think that's why Max had such an impact. He was able to get pole, and that's why I believe that he has a legitimate chance at winning this race, even though the Red Bull is not as strong as the McLaren right now. Okay, so I have me Prefecture Suzuka. It was raining throughout today, so the track shouldn't be ultimately dry at the moment, but it has stopped raining the last hour and a half, but then there is a 30 to 40% chance of rain within this 1 hour window, and then from there on there should be no rain. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. I was watching a video of Yuki, and they were turned up like 2 hours ago at the track. The entire stand's full, and he's throwing these hats that were designed with Japanese like liveries on it. Yeah, and the entire stands were completely full, not a single spot for someone to sit at. Yeah, and there's not just that the fans are over the top, but there's a lot of great storylines going into this race. Well, I've got four storylines. There's one scrolling at the bottom of our stream right now. That would be Max breaking the record for four consecutive victories at Japan. No other driver's done that. He's currently tied with Michael right now for three. And then two, yeah, exactly. And then two other crazy statistics. McLaren hasn't won a race in Japan since 2011. And what year do you think Ferrari last won a race here? 2004, 21 years ago. Oh, that's news to me. I have not heard that. That's what happened? Oh, okay. Y- And that should be very interesting. And to note, just for everybody watching up front, the top three drivers are separated by less than 4/100ths of a second. All right. All right. All right. So yeah, they're getting ready and stuff for the race right now. It just looks like it's gonna be, I think, an incredible race from the amount of drivers that are skilled up front, and then you have also even in the mid to lower packs drivers who are very close, evenly matched with competitive cars at the moment. So we should see something special, and it seems like it is decently dry there. Again, there is clouds above, and it does seem considerably overcast, but it does appear like it's going to stay dry for the foreseeable future during the race. So yeah, we should have interesting Stroll taking up the last position in 20th, and then Max with to the McLarens. One other interesting factoid here: if Oscar Piastri wins this race, he'll be the first Australian to ever win in Japan. Yeah, and I mean it's been over 40 races there. And what you were saying before was interesting. It's like, okay, there's the classical four Grand Prix: Monaco, Monza, Spa, and what am I missing here? Silverstone. But then there's a wider array of tracks that people really respect in our great races in our classical racing driver circuits. And so, a place like Interlagos and definitely Suzuka would be those tracks in a wider array. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the history here, but yeah. So it should be an interesting thing, and take it away. Hmm. Yes. Hmm. No, and he did something that he usually doesn't do. Actually, he's taken more aggressive moves in the past where it's actually slowed him down. But that was a perfect start. Absolutely perfect start. Yeah, no immediate red flag where you have to start the Grand Prix again like they did last year. Here. Hmm. I'm waiting for the grid to line up. I don't have the grid on the side of the thing yet. Yeah, it was the Aston Martin close. Yep. Yep. Hmm. Yeah, it was. Was. Mm. Yeah, him and Antonelli are two very young drivers. I think he's 19 and Kimmy's 18 or something. What is that? Probably zero, I would say. Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of school of thoughts where Sonoda replaced him, and for Formula One, which is dragged on and allowed people to stay in for so long, I was surprised at the quickness in which they dropped him. But when you're, I mean, finishing absolutely in last place in qualifying and the race, it seemed like they almost had to do something. But then Lawson responded pretty well. It really will come down to Sonoda's got to be able to beat him in the regular Red Bull and not embarrass himself. And then Lawson would have to do considerably better in his new role, and which is not actually happening in this race to ever get that seat back. I mean that second Red Bull seat has been magical chairs pretty much recently in the last couple of years. Hmm. Seamlessly, yeah. Well, it will. Yeah, you're right. It will come down to this. He's maintained over the second gap, especially since DRS has been enabled. I believe so. Um, this will be the big determining factor. I looked up the pit strategies for this, and it's usually a one stopper, perhaps a two stopper, but there's not much variation. You're pretty much going from whatever tire you started with onto hard, and that will be the main pit stop strategy for almost everybody. It's all over the place. I'll have to see what the McLarens and Max have up front because that'll be really the determining factor. Hmm. Believe the McLarens are on mediums. I think I see. Yeah, it looks like yellow up close. Yeah, the top 16 drivers, excluding Hamilton, started out on mediums. Stroll, Softs, and Bora. Yeah, that's weird for Hamilton. That sort of setup. That's a different strategy for him. I'm surprised at how ineffective he's been this weekend, and he really hasn't made up such. But he is right behind Hadger, so looks like he's moving forward. Yeah. Oh yeah, just they just switched on the thing. I saw that. Yeah. I was just, you know what, you were just pulled it out of my mind. I was just looking at it. It looks so cluttered. Oh yeah. Yeah, the disqualification over, two things that any other cars and driver would get disqualified over. But I think they were happy with how they finished, so they didn't really, both of the drivers weren't too upset about it. But we'll have to see where they can go here because right now it's, the McLarens and the Red Bulls. It's really, the World Championship fight right now is really between Norris and Piastri, who I think Piastri believes that he can win the world championship this year. I think he thinks he's a faster, better driver than Norris, and if he just puts it together, which is incredible because Norris has had so many more years to develop with McLaren before Piastri showed up. True, true. hmm Yeah, there's really the Red Bulls, the McLarens, Ferrari, and Russell in the Mercedes. Probably not Antonelli at this point. He's really capable of winning a race. Mick Doohan. Is that his first name? Doohan is Mick? I didn't even know that. He had a major accident in the first practice. He'll be replaced in very short order. Is what will happen. hmm Yeah, I can see you now. I had a picture in for you here before, but I can replace it with a video. What the interesting news I heard this weekend was Christian Horner didn't want to replace who was it, Perez, with Lawson or Sonoda. He wanted to replace him with that Colapinto. That was his whole aim, and they weren't able to do that for whatever reason. No, not for whatever reason. Helmut Marko and other members in the team were very much against that. They wanted to promote from within because they didn't see the point of having a junior team if that's not what they were going to do. Mm. Go ahead, take it. And we have a comment from Impact 55. Hadger putting them both to shame. Very impressive so far. Yes. Did this guy spell it right? Is it Hadjr? Is that all you how you spell it? J A. Okay. All right. Well, we got it's Algerian French, and Algeria has very deep ties to France colonially, anyways. But what was I? So yeah, Bearman in 10th, yeah. Impact 55. Really? Okay. Yeah, exactly. Great, great point. But let's keep some updates on this race. So we have Verstappen maintaining a 2-second gap, but not really walking away at all. The other update's been going on is if you've been reading the messages on the board that at first Verstappen was having problems with the shifting, but it seems to have gotten better. And then I saw a communication between McLaren and Norris that stated there's possibly rain on the 20th lap coming up, but it shouldn't be a lot, but it should affect the race for a couple of laps there and then die down again. Hmm. I did. It reminded me the only crash I remember as being as violent in the last couple of years was Verstappen at Silverstone with that level of impact. So in the race right now, we have Russell under a second behind Leclerc. Like we said, in that guy in that car, I mean, probably one of the two most skilled drivers on the grid if you were to put them in all equal machinery. And he's coming over to Leclerc right now. That would put him in fourth position, right behind the McLarens. George Russell is very good strategically working with his team to decide what's the best outcome. So he'll definitely be trying to get a podium in the best case scenario here, but it would be really hard to do considering it'd be Verstappen and the two McLarens. Hmm. With that team, it's hard, but he's been performing. He's really right behind Russell most of the time. I mean, he hasn't had these situation like Lawson or other people in top teams. He's performed pretty damn well for a young guy just showing up now. Absolutely. Let me pose this question to you, okay? Sonoda's in 13th. He's ahead of Lawson. Any finish ahead of Lawson will be its own small victory. But what does success look like for Sonoda here? Will he have to finish in front of Isaac Hadjar, or finishing right behind him in a points paying position will be good enough? True that. So we should be, like I said before, with the pit stop strategy, we should be coming up. I have the things here. They're saying the window for the medium starting out is between 19 to 25. We're at lap 15. If you're on a soft, did Doohan already pit or no? So that 10 to 16, and then it's one stop. So it seems like 75, 80% of the grid is on a one stop. They're going to stop between lap 19 to 25. They're going to put on a hard, and then that's going to be it. So there won't be a lot of different sort of calculations unless we see this rain coming through, which is still a possibility. I think it was Stroll in last place. Hmm. I got you here. You know what? I'm so okay. I'm so in tune. I need to get a beer. I'll be right back. I was just gonna say he's gonna need to find a new fashion line and a young German driver. Isn't Michelob a Williams sponsor? Michelob Ultra, I thought, wasn't that when Logan Sargent was there? There was a bunch of Michelob, I think, sponsorships for Will. When I went to Miami, there were poster boards of that guy in every part of Miami with Michelob Ultra plastered on it. Yeah, yep. Made a better personal sponsor, maybe. Nope. That's the UFC right now. But okay, we got Verstappen running first, Norris right behind him, Piastri. We got Leclerc in fourth, Russell dropping back in fifth. Um, Antonelli, Hamilton, Hadger, and Yuki Tsunoda's still behind Gasly at the moment, but coming up real close to him. I believe they were teammates at the Racing Bulls. Yeah, they were teammates for I believe 2 or 3 years, even 2 seasons, I think. Nah, both in places they didn't want to be. Yep. I listened to I listened to Peter Windsor, and he was talking about the qualifying laps for Verstappen. That there was one specific part of the track. I think that's what the message was to Norris over there. That Verstappen was pretty much equal with them the entire time, but his acceleration I believe maybe on the straight or something like that, is where McLaren lost the pole position to him. Organic pure gold. This is the special one. Yeah. No, I bought that. You have the Jameson back there. Go ahead. Go ahead. All right. So Norris says stay out. Uh, Verstappen, Piastri. So the big contention will be Behrman. Yeah, Behrman. That would be huge for the Haas leaving the track and gaining advantage signs. Yeah, it's not going to be a big deal. He's all the way down in 15th position. Sonoda getting really, really close to Gasly there on the straight. Yeah, you can tell in the stands, everything's Sonoda. They've got old gear and new gear Sonoda. That and then what, Leclerc? Yeah. All right, so they're all saying stay out. They're all saying they're not going to go into the pits. We've got Norris and Leclerc have denied. We got the Easter Bunny Kit Kat there. They both say they're staying out. Like I said, you see down there the lap pit window. Like I said, 19 to 25. If you saw it before. Yep. Is there going to be rain? This is what they predicted. Lap 20 coming up. Nah, he won't. Will he do that? I don't know. Well, he has. He has. He's in the pits. Hmm. Yeah, it just seems like this will be the determining factor. Whoever gets stuck behind the other. This will be crucial for the race win. Max doesn't want to be undercut by the McLarens right now. It's gonna be decided who goes in first, and then from there on, either one of the cars is going to be having to push fantastically to uh, to get the advantage here. This is really what it's going to come down to. Hmm. Cheers. It's okay. It's not organic, but that's fine. And we are 20 laps into 53. We're not quite at the half mark point. Yep, yep. Go ahead, call it, call it. It was low. It was very low. That's for sure. Hmm. So Verstappen and Norris, they have gained seniority here. Norris was ahead of Piastri. He gets to stay out. They'll be using him as a guinea pig. Okay, so this is a second time Sainz has gotten a warning for investigation, leaving the track and gaining an advantage, and he's bogged down in 15th. Uh, but yeah, Behrman didn't Haas get a bunch of points at a race recently? Didn't they get like who was it? Hulk Hulkenberg. No, no, because that's Hulkenberg's now at Kick Sauber. Hulkenberg scored more points in the first race of the season than both of those guys did last year combined. Take it away. Max. Yep. Max. Oh my. Yeah. But did you see Max's pit stop was so slow, 3.3, a second slower in the Red Bull. And Antonelli now race leader. Who pushed Norris off? It was who was that? Behrman. Yeah, I'm watching. What the hell was it? That was Max. That's the white Red Bull. Oh, I thought that was Behrman. Yeah. Yeah. That that's go go ahead. That's not debatable. That's not something that can bring to the stewards. It's like Max said on that radio transmission. He put himself in the grass. That there's no bearing. They can't do anything about that. That's his own damn fault. No, you know whose fault it is? It's Red Bulls because they added a second to Max's pit stop that shouldn't have occurred right there. So let's go. And And for those listening, we're on it is Weasley F1 code words for we're gonna tattletale on you. Yeah, no, absolutely not. Yep, he's outside of the white line. Yep, no, no, and that could be the race. That could be the race right there. I agree. I had this thought when I was driving today. I was, what did we say when they were at Hungary? What did we say? He'll never, him moving over Piastri, that was not a world championship move. It wasn't. No. Yes, 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 he does. That's so true. Yeah, it's not awful or anything, but not a millionaire, hundreds of millions of dollars. There's a big difference. Yeah, no, easily. Weasley. Wait, sorry, I gotta cut kid in. How is Albon between Norris and Verstappen? I thought, I thought, did Max get past him? I guess was Albon ahead of Max. Max cleared him. I guess. But he's got a huge gap now to Norris. Now Norris is 2.5 seconds behind Max. Go ahead with your thought. All right, good. Hmm. Jeez. Glenn. Well, you saw the inside camera of the what is it, the brake duct or something. You saw the Glenn Fittich there. That's what they're on. And look at this race control. They're gonna. i- It's noted. Does that mean it's being investigated or it's just noted? Yeah. But noted, does that just mean like we saw it and nothing's gonna happen? I don't know what that means. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I forgot they put their livery is so close to the Red Bull one. Good. Yep. And Norris put in fastest lap just right before that. Yeah, that bias cut. Yeah, bias dude. Fuck yeah. There's some Verstappen haters out in the old man driver camp. It seems like in Formula One, especially of the English variety. The English drivers, man, are the most pretentious, holier than thou. Act like they never did anything back in the day. I mean, give me a fucking break. There's a lot of guys like that though. That was signs. That was signs. He's had a really rough Grand Prix. I mean, he's mistake after mistake. Hmm. I don't know, but something like a safe halfway point. There's something like a safety car in an accident would really change, shake this up right now. I don't. I'm not wishing for that, but that would change the dynamic of this. I didn't read it. I didn't have time to read it. S- So, what were you expecting that we were supposed to anoint you the winner of the race? Yeah. No, it's embarrassing. It's what Formula One's turned into, and it's been like that for over a decade now too, with the Vettel and yeah. Hmm. Mm. So so the strategy now is okay. You got Norris. He's about 2.5 seconds behind Max. Max is going to try and slowly put on tents here and there to build it up to a time that then Norris will have to claw back towards the end, and then Max will turn it on if he gets close to him. That's what I think will be the strategy here. Him and Norris paid the same time, so it must have been, I'd say, 3, maybe 4 laps ago. I think it was 25. Yeah. Check the weather. So it appears that there won't be any rain for the rest of the race. I'm looking at the forecast here. Never had any. There was a small period, a small window where there could have been, but yeah, Sonoda's got to get in points for this race. I know. No. And Max didn't do anything that would be considered even stepping over the line. He pretty much follows his line the entire time going out, where the other guy gets out of the line. Me included. He signed a decent extension a while ago, but I don't know what it's up to now. I was I was with the frame of mind that, or at least the thought that when Sainz showed up, he might put him to shame, and then the whole idea that Albon's this great driver was not really true. But it just at Williams, I don't think they're gonna progress or put together that great of a car. I mean, they're still here fighting over what? Albon really fights over 10th position for most of the year, and Sainz is further back. You know, he does. He does. Hmm. Yeah, Hodger's very impressive. He'll really be the story outside of Max for Red Bull here. That like, man, there's two drivers they've dropped essentially, and now if this continues for the season, him outperforming the Red Bull and the Racing Bull, I mean, Jesus, you could have a third person change by the end of the season. Hmm. Take it away. So Verstappen will take second. So they actually go ahead. Yep. There was one person that did 2.2 that tied them. I don't know who. But anyways, they Norris and Verstappen they pitted on lap 22 actually. So they'll be on 31 lap hards at the end of the race. Okay. We'll have to see. He's best over a long period of time, and now that he's set himself up beautifully here, maybe he might be able to get to Russell and Leclerc. We'll have to see. Absolutely. Antonelli. Yep. So Verstappen becomes the race leader. Yep. No good. Seemed like something in the back took a little bit longer than the front. They dropped the front quicker. But yeah, Verstappen now. Okay, Norris. It's only down to Norris has cut around a second out of that already, down to about 1.3 seconds here. hmm So what's the idea here, Norris? Do you think he's going to try and track down Verstappen sooner than later so that he can attack him now and risk, you know, chewing up his tires a bit here because the long run with Verstappen might not be the best idea because Verstappen can add a little bit here and there over a long period of time, and then he can allow Norris to come back towards the end and then just up it again. So I think Norris will be attacking him right now. Hmm, I don't think so. He could be Ocon pitted. He's fallen back now. Lawson and Sainz have not pitted on lap 33 now. No. He's right behind Alonso, which won't be easy to clear for him. Yeah. I believe I had Albon finishing eighth, and he's right behind him. I believe, yeah, that was the blue helmet. Uh huh. Mm. And speaking of people going fast, Piastri's like taking a second out of Norris. Piastri's right behind Norris now. He's the same distance that Norris is to Verstappen. Hmm. Yeah, he stuck it in real quick. Awesome. Mm. Yeah, that was when he replaced Signs when he had what, appendicitis or something. And that's really what got him that seat. I mean, he may have had a relationship before and they may have promoted him either way, but that really was the sticking point of him getting his F1 drive. I did not pick that up. I was not quick enough. Look out through the three going around. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I mean, they were all separated by such a small amount. They could all come together very quickly. I mean, we still got a ton of time to go. We have 17 laps. That was on the one of the racing bowls, the Lawson. That'll be, yeah. I mean, there's time, but it'll be a hard ask. I know they have really not shown and these are the most fun fans to show other than, uh, no, you're right. It's not good. And these people are great and they're all there in their pack. A lot of them are wearing Sonoda stuff. They're wearing his old Racing Bull stuff and Red Bull stuff too. Turns 8, 9, yeah. Girono. He's he's got what, much fresher mediums than Antonelli, who's on hards here. He's down to 2.5 seconds behind him. The non-factors of this race have been Stroll still in last place from where he started, and then the kick Saubers not being able to do much at all. Do you think Hamilton believes that the biggest change in Formula One will be in 2026? And do you think all the regulations change? He thinks Ferrari will nail this better than Mercedes and potentially even better than McLaren and Red Bull. That's really I was thinking about this week. It's like Lewis. I really think after this season has two more seasons to win a world championship, and if he doesn't do that within that time, it's over. And do you believe that Adrian Newey will have a serious, much more impact? Not this season, but next probably will be really the defining moment of where Aston Martin can go. Mm-hmm. Yep. Japanese, yeah. Was it at? Yeah, easily. Yeah, he'll end his career there. I don't think there'll be any place other than Ferrari he'll be at the end of this. Not with the ties they've done, not with everything that's been changed around and all the commitments made to him and that he's made to them. And Piastri's under a second behind Norris. I know that we're talking about other stuff, but yeah. So I mean, there hasn't been. We've been following a lot in this race, but there hasn't been a huge amount in terms of passing. Yeah. Oh, he's going down. He's getting close to him. Just checking. What is he behind lapped cars? He doesn't really need it right now, does he? They're all so close. They're still really close to Max too. Now that you see it, duke it out. Yep. You don't think they'll be pulling any team orders here with let him buy. If he can't get past Max, then we'll return it to the other function. I don't think so either. Too close. The championship's too close right now. But Norris is leading the world championship right now. I don't think that's gonna. But McLaren's goofy. McLaren's fucking goofy. Hmm. McLaren's been goofy though with their strategy on this shit before though, so we'll have to see. Yep. Yep. They could both move together and go get Max. I mean, it's all there right now. There's 12 laps to go. Yeah, I know that. The guy'd always be there all the time. Yeah. Yep. Always. Always gets all the compliments. Everybody stops him. Yeah. Oh my God, wouldn't they? Yeah. And I think there's a ton of them there. There's how many fans are at the how many fans are at this race? I mean, you see the stands everywhere, but again, they haven't gone the stands. The only time I saw them on the stands there, they were all wearing a special Yuki Tsunoda hat. Even the fans in different team gear that wasn't Red Bull stuff were wearing that. Yeah, who gives a shit? Oh, and they do goofy stuff. They make big posters and they wear costumes and shit. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. And and here's some goofy message if you just read it from Piastri. What did he just say? I got a lot more pace right now if you guys want to let me go. Yep, that'll be the Mhm. Yep. Yep, yep. I don't yeah, I don't think Max they didn't transcribe anything. Max is not walking away from this. He's got a strong car, but he's ahead due to his driving skills. He's ahead of them, but those are better cars behind them, is what it comes down to. That's what I did too. Yeah, and he's beaten. He, and and for whatever they want to say, yeah, for whatever they want to say about Max, he's won a ton of races. He's won it. I'm just watching this. The McLarens. He's won a lot of races where he's been hunted down or he's had to hunt people down. So he's not a guy that freezes in these really tight moments at the end. Then I think so. And he's the only one who's representing a different team for the world championship in a serious manner right now. It's close. I know. It's so fucking close. No, but is Max? Does he have more at this moment than this? I mean, he's hanging back, but yeah, I know. This is gonna get messy if it gets close. Max is not gonna. Yeah. And there's a lot of laps in hand. This is 8 laps to go, and this is a 3.6 mile track here. Aston Martin. It should be Stroll, I believe. Yes, of course. No dilly dallying around. I know who you meant. I know who you meant. Beautiful cherry blossoms though over the track. Yeah, that bloom. I think the official one is 2 weeks from now, but I think it always looks a little bit better than when it's in full bloom. I think it looks nicer. I think so. I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah, probably. Why? Why are you coming this weekend? All right, we'll see you then. Jesus, the time is going down. It's almost under a second now. Well, no, it went back to 1.2 before. It was just 1.07. Oh, and Piastri's under a second behind him. I hear you. Oh man, this is getting good. We'll see. We'll see. I gotta go through the schedule and everything. But this is good. But look how close it is right now. Holy, this is gonna get interesting. This is gonna get interesting. Carlos Sainz. Yep. Yep. Tenths. 5 tenths. It went down to 5 tenths at the end there. So Norris fastest lap. Norris is pushing, but he can't make a mistake. He's got his teammate right behind him. Eighth position, I know, and he'll hold on to it. There's too big of a gap. I had no faith that he would hold on to that position, and boy, I was wrong. Sonoda's still in 12th behind Alonso. I knew that would be a hard bridge to gap him, but he's getting close to under a second, so maybe. I know, I know. Well, it depends what everybody else would. It depends what everybody else would have gotten to. All right, 47 to 53. All right, so it's getting down there. But Norris getting close to Verstappen too. That's the dumbest thing. I don't even understand the mindset. But wow, it's getting exciting. This is what the Japanese fans were used to. I know. What just a waste. Yeah, no big deal. Stay on the main stuff. There hasn't been anything happening in this race the whole time, really. Yeah, Max is holding, but 5 laps is a lot. 5 laps here is longer than most tracks, and he's right behind Russell. Yeah, these young guys from F2, they just get in the car, and some of them are just right behind the guys who are in the Formula One car. Hmm. He got really fucking close. Less than 2 tenths. He got less than 2 tenths to him. Signs. I got pretty damn close to him. Yeah, meaningless. I know. All right. So Verstappen pulling a little bit away from them now. 1.4. Yeah. Mm, yeah. Yeah. Just something exciting. I just don't. It's like Vettel. We'd watch the Malaysian Grand Prix, and he'd be up 12 seconds in the first 7 laps to second place, and it would just be a meaningless fucking race for Red Bull. And then it became the Mercedes era, same situation when Bottas was behind Hamilton, and it even got like that with Verstappen recently. A season ago, where 25 seconds to the second driver. Oh yeah, uh, it, it, and an inferior car. He's leading the he's leading the Japanese Grand Prix with. And well, it's going to get to that point now. 2007 to 25 is 18 years now. And this will be a huge I see that. Yeah. Yeah, on what is it, Gasly or something. And this will be a huge boost to Max and Red Bull if he's able to win this, cuz it'll really put him back in the mindset that they can win the world championship. he looks like, I mean, 1.3, I mean, it's still very close, and there's 51, 52, 53, 3 laps, 2.5 laps. You still got a decent amount of time to go. Yeah. All you'd have to do, yeah, yeah. All you'd have to, no, no. Yeah, but there was no track record for that. That would be a stupid pick because you'd be, yeah, yeah, dressed like a fucking jabroni. Dressed like a fuck. He looks like a fucking guy going into a 7-Eleven to get a Mountain Dew. Jesus Christ. Yeah. 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 It looks like a low class. Looks like something Jesse Pinkman would wear. Looks like Skinny Pete there or some shit. Badger. I mean, come on. All right. So last lap here. It's it's. I mean, he held them off, and it seems like so far. All he would need is to lock up one, make one mistake. But Max is a he's the real fucking Iceman when you think about it. Yeah. And I saw someone a shock prediction on Thursday. Max will win the Formula One race. I believed he was because this, like I said at the beginning with you, was this is a real racing driver's track. This isn't some 10-year-old circuit that was designed that has really no, you know, bearing on the driver and stuff. This is, I think he'll do exceptionally well at the tracks that are classic Formula One tracks. Max this season. I have to see. Hopefully, no one gets disqualified. There was really no. Yep. There was no. Mhm. This was a. Well, I mean, completely forgot what I was about to say. This was, you know what? That's what I was going to say. They didn't ever legitimately challenge him. They got close to challenging him, but they didn't really legitimately challenge him at all. No, I mean, for most of the latter part of it was 1.5 for the last 15 laps. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, Verstappen first, Norris second, Piastri third, Leclerc fourth. That's the only one comment we got during the race. I mean, It's a pretty late time race. It's almost 2:30 a.m. here. Yeah. let them let them know. Hmm. Appropriate Formula One fans, but yeah, Max. I mean, what does the standings look like now after this? Because 2025 F1 standings. So Lando's still leading by 8 points, but now Max is ahead of George Russell's ahead of Oscar. Oh, Oscar had that terrible race or something in Australia or whatever. So it goes Lando. He's at 8 points ahead of Max, and then Russell's only 1 point behind Max. Yeah, by 8 points. Because remember, Max only was able to get like third the last two races, and I think didn't Norris. It all depends. Wait, maybe I'm wrong here. No, no, no. This doesn't include Japan right now. 1 second. No, now Max will be 1 point behind Norris. And yep, that's what I thought. Yeah, okay. He'll be 1 point. Yep, and then wow, what a race though for Max. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. And third, okay, Oscar Piastri. He'll move up past Russell. So it'll be Norris, Verstappen, Piastri. And it's a foregone conclusion that McLaren will be the Constructors' World Championship. There's no other team that could challenge them on a consistent basis. Yeah, he's got a second replacement. Yep. He'll appreciate that one because it was valued. He wasn't looked at as the favorite at all going into the weekend. And Honda Red Bull relationship, they got the white and man, he looks dejected. Doesn't he look fucking dejected? Look how dejected he looks. He's like, how the fuck? Because he's thinking. I think they were both thinking one of us going to be world champion. Norris probably thinking, oh, well, I'm going to be it. But Max coming back like this, he's like, fuck. He's like, are we going to be fucking world champions? It'll be Michael Schumacher. He'll be the only guy other than Michael to win five in a row. And he's like, he's thinking to himself, fuck, are they going to start, getting better by each race? And if he can just barely squeak me out each time, and now I've got to vie against the other fucking drivers, his own teammates now challenge him more than ever, too. Yeah, I do too. They look fucking cool. I fucking hate those stupid watches. Look like a, a Simpsons Burger King watch. Yeah, they're the exact same design as Richmond. Okay, well, thanks everybody tuning in. We're actually no. I've gotten some likes on the video, but no other. I don't think, but hey, we this is a one. We have this is the first of a triple header. So we got Bahrain next week, and then right after that Saudi Arabia, I believe. Bahrain, I think. So now we're gonna revert back to the more comfortable times. It's gonna be. I think Bahrain's gonna be in the morning. Saudi is gonna be in the afternoon. Bahrain will be at 11 o'clock. Saudi will be at 1, and then you go to Miami. That's another. So the only night race, the only we don't really have to contend for another night race until what is it? It's that Las Vegas shit. That Vegas one's at, but that's not even that bad. 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock at night. Yeah, that's better than 1. But yeah, we started at 1. And this was a race that actually ended at the because Formula One race is supposed to be an hour and a half, but there's so much fuckery and other shit lately that these races have been going on for long periods with the red flags and the safety cars and all this other shit. There was nothing. We didn't. No retirements. Nothing. All right. We'll we'll check in because Bahrain is gonna have some of that shit, especially in the desert. It'll be fucking with the machines, the level of heat. But the heat alone will be fucking with them. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next Sunday and the Sunday after that. The Moet Chandon. And fuck McLaren. Red Bull's back. The championship is back on. All right. Bye bye. All right, man. That was a quick race. That it has been